I love it when you find a tool that just does one thing and does one thing absolutely perfectly. This one is what I'm going to call Tuesday because, well, it's Tuesday. But I don't know if I'm going to make it a regular thing, but this one was kind of dope and brought to you by my partner in crime on the Flow podcast, also my sections manager for the company, and that is Katie. Katie showed this to us today, and I was like, this is kind of handy, and I don't know why I hadn't used this before. Let's go in. I'm going to show you something. This is just cool. It solves a very simple, irritating problem, and that is having a crappy email signature. You might work somewhere where they want everybody to have the same, and of course, everybody makes their own thing, and it looks all messy. Like, this solves that. This solves that. Make everybody in your company look the same. Make everybody have some cohesiveness, or just look fresh yourself. And there's a couple tricks that I'll show you that makes this even better. So let's pop on over to the browser. This is known as WiseStamp, WISESTAMP, and it basically gives you professional looking email signatures that's just easy peasy, cover greasy. Okay, so let's start by talking about what it's for. You could do it for individuals, you could do it for organization. As you can see, a lot of big companies here use this. Works great on the phone, and you can manage these signatures in a manner that they're easy to update some certain things. So let me go and show you what this looks like. But before, of course, everybody always wants to know, well, how much do it cost? Let's get in. Let's get in. If you're doing this for an organization, pick the amount of employees that you have, but it's basically $2 a piece for the basic people, or $2.30 if you need a little bit more extra features, which you'll understand why that makes sense. But just as a regular user, you can come in here and set this up for free. You're not going to have as crazy a layouts, but this is a way for you to test it out and see if you want more. And if you want more, you're looking at $7.50 a month, billed annually. I went pro day one because when I did it, they gave me a 30% off. So it came out to like $5.90 or whatever. But anyway, it was worth it. I can't stand an ugly email siggy. So let's jump in. Let me show you what this looks like. Here's the back end. There is my eCam signature, which is for work, but I need something personal. So let me just click over here and say create a new signature, and I'm going to create a brand new for myself, and we're going to call this Duck Rock Sig, because this is, for the brand, right? So let's go ahead and create something brand newbie in here. It's going to ask you for your details. I'll put in Doc Rock. I should learn how to spell my own name. Boom. Title, content, coach. Let's do CREATOR, and then content coach. That's me. My company is going to be DOC fix media. Okay. I won't put my phone there. I'll do it later. Website will be https://docpopps.com. All right. Boom. For the email, we'll go ahead and pop the Gmail in there. Don't spam me. I will block you. And this is cool. So you can get fancier here by clicking on the add fields, and you see you can add pronouns, extension, fax, Skype, Skype, that's funny, Hangout, Zoom, Meet, WhatsApp, Telegram, or you can add something custom if you wish, right? You can also add your social profiles, but we're going to come back to that. Let's come over here and let's look at ourselves an image, because we want to add an image, because you know what they say, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin an image and a style what you're used to. So let me go ahead and grab a quick image that I have, and I'm just going to drag it in. Let's do upload a photo. Click that first and then drag in the image. Give it a second to do that thing. We're going to call that good. You can crop it, drop. You could do local file. You could do a link from somewhere. You can pull it in from Facebook. Instagram doesn't work anymore, but you could also take a picture with a camera if you got your camera set up. But we're just going to call it that. That looks good so far. And it's going to spiralate, and bam, there is the energy, pure energy. Now, we could come over here to social medias, and we'll put in our IG, right? We can go ahead and, I don't want to do Facebook, but if you wanted to, you could add Facebook. You could add your LinkedIn. I think I have a shorty for that. I do not. I didn't make a shortcut for LinkedIn because, whatever. But let me show you some more. Let's click on this, show more, and let's go through what's up in here. This is kind of crazy. You got your face stand in your link book. I said that on purpose. Twitter, Meetup, Yelp, Google Maps, Play Store, Stack Overflow, Behance, Blogger, App Store, YouTube, of course, I'll put in Pinterest, Etsy, Threads, eBay, Upwork, IG, Meetup, SoundCloud, Flickr, DeviantArt, Reddit, WhatsApp, Amazon. You have Slack. You got TikTok, Telegram, Patreon, Tumblr, WordPress, RSS, Zillow. Go ahead, Realtors, IMDb, Actors, Snapchat, Influencers, and then GitHub, Developers, and then Vimeo, people who hate YouTube. So let me go pop in YouTube real quick. So I'll put in my link real quick. Boom, boom. There's my tube of view. I can rearrange these in order I like my people to appreciate in. So let's go like that. We can add those. And I'm going to actually go one step further here, and I'm going to add the old Slamazon because, affiliate money is good money, right? So we can go like that. And then I can put in https://docrock.live/shop. That Amazon link. Boom. In case you didn't know, anything you want to buy, if you want to support a channel and you know what their Amazon shop is, like this, you can go docrock.live/shop. You can buy anything in the world and won't cost you more, but that affiliate income helps keep the channel running, in case you didn't know. You can do that for just about any creator where you know what their Amazon shop URL, or you can just do it for mine. Okay, let's pop back. All right, so we're just going to leave those there. I'll probably add some more later, but that's just to give you the setup. So with this alone, you're good to go. But let's take it a step further. Let's go down here to the old template, and let me show you what you got. This is the classic template. You can click on horizontal, which is going to give you a different layout. You got the wide layout, which is a little bit dope. Actually, that's actually kind of clean. You got the compact layout, which is probably the best for people who do a lot of client work on the phone. Same with Stack. Stack would probably look the best coming off of a phone. You got the old strip joint right here where you put all your icons into this little bar. You could do Right Said Fred. You got the top bar action. It's also kind of swanky. You got the social media joint where it just lists all your socials. That's clean. That's actually very clean. You can do central, which kind of pops you in the middle. And then I'm going to rock with, let's call it stacked. I like this one. Okay, so let's call that a party. Now, you can go over here to the design. First thing first, I'll pop a Freaks All the Mommies. I'm going to change this to my colorway, right? So I'll put in my hex code because I am the brand, right? You can adjust the font scale. Some of my people are a little bit older, so I'll make it slightly bigger. Everything looks good there. And then space from the email. Okay, that looks good there. You can adjust, like if you want to type to the email or further from the email. And you can customize each individual detail if you wish. I'm not going to do that, but you could if you wanted to. Now, I could take this image and do that, or I could put the image on the circle, right? Or I could put the image on the squares. And I'm not greedy. I don't want my image to be too big. I think 65 is enough. But if you're one of those people where you needed to stand out, hey, you could make it bigger. 88, that's my magic number. Let's call it that. You can decide whether it's spelled out phone, just have the P, have the icon or none, and you can pick various icons for various things. You could even decide the directionality that you want it to go. If you want them to be like such, or if you want them to be vertical, that's very cool. In this particular case, I like vertical. And you can say if you want to optimize this for iOS mail, right? So that's already set up. It like looks really good for the phone. Okay. Did my color tick? I want my color to tick, bro. Take my color. I think it'll catch in a second. You can even select your fonts. If you don't want to use Arial, you can select something else. I'm going to leave it at that. Now, to go to your social icons, you could do this solid socials. So let's come over here with these socially icons. And then let's use another of one of my colors. Let's call that a thing. And then give it a second to update. Boom. Now we got purple icons. Of course, you can use the original colors for the brands for that familiarity vibe, right? It just depends on you. This is what's cool about it. You can set this up in any way, shape, or form you want. You can add multiple space in between so that they're easier for somebody to grab without punching the wrong one, because you know they're going to be coming from a phone. So you might go a little wider. You could even make these a wee bit bigger. But that, friends, is the setup. Now, wait, it gets cooler than this. It does get cooler than this. Let's go over and check out the apps. Okay, so I can add an online scheduler. So if somebody wanted to book a meeting with me, I can add that. I can add different social buttons. Watch me on YouTube. In this case, I take the other ones off, right? See my tweets. Follow me on the Talk. You can build a custom button. Get yourself a doc pop, right? Got a sales event. Summer sale. 30% off, right? You can set up a video conference. Meet me on Zoom. Bam. You can join a webinar. How to get in this webinar. If you got an app, put your apps there. If you do online payments, collect that loot, right? You can do a pre-designed banner where, you're driving traffic some sort of way. You can add my own banner. You can add your own custom hot metal, right? You can tell people to give feedback, rate my service, join that newsletter. I'm liking these so far. And you can put up a job offer. So I'll probably put in my online scheduler so someone can book a meeting. I don't want that on every email. Wait a minute. That's a bad one. That people drive me crazy. I would probably just add my mail list, but let's not get too far crazy, right? You can add an Instagram gallery so people can see what you're up to. You could put your latest YouTube video up in there, or a video that you're using to drive traffic to a particular sale. You're trying to drive something in your funnel. Boom. Love that. You could put in your favoriteest quote, right? I'd rather have a bottle in front of me instead of a frontal lobotomy. You could add a disclaimer, right? So I like that. We're going to call that there. I'm going to go ahead and leave that because I like to have my disclaimer, and I'll leave my conchiality disclaimer. And of course, I'm going to make it purple. We're going to call that boom. We're going to add that. Now, you don't need to just add one, son. You can get in there. I'm going to add a stylized signature rater. And right now, if I wanted to add a sign off, I'm going to come down here and say custom text, because you know what it is. Come and knock on my door. Do that little mahalo. Boom. Hit him with the thumbs. Got to throw the shakas. Boop. Sign off as Doc Rock and then have this signature. Listen, you can animate the signature. Now, I don't know if you want to do that, but you can if you wish. And I think that's getting, as we say in Okinawa, a little ugachugana. You can even come over here and do a custom drawing. Like you can draw your own sig if you want, or you got a little stylized flourish that you do from your, graffiti days. So you can add that. And then you can rearrange these suckers. So not that I'm going to put the disclaimer above it, but I could if I wanted to, right? If I was going to do like a special promo, I want somebody to watch this video, I could put that above, right? So let's say we're going to do, where'd that video go? Why can't I see? I had it. Wow, he's dumb. I had one to watch my video. Why did I lose it? Okay, never mind. I'm going crazy. Let's just put online scheduler. And again, I can set it for purple. Boom. I can set the shape. I can do the calendar icon. You can pick whichever one of these you want. And then I could do it as a pills or slightly rounded pills or square. And then you can do this book a meeting. And then you can say I already have a scheduled provider. So then I could put in my meeting URL, which I'm not going to put publicly on the screen, but I could do that. Okay. And I could add that. So let's go ahead and cancel that. But now the signature is done. This is much as I want to tweak on this. So I can say create this signature. Here's the party. If I want to use this in Gmail, I need to add a Chrome extension. No biggie, right? If I want to use this in MacMail, you're going to just copy this to the clipboard. You're going to follow all of these steps and you're going to pasty. It's in there like swimwear. It's just done, right? You can use it for Outlook. You can use it for your iPhone. For your iPhone, again, you're going to copy this. You're going to follow these instructions on screen. If you got a company that lets you use hot metal, boom, grab this HTML, go to town. Get in there. Get in where you fit in. The cool things about the HTML ones is I believe that if you update something, it updates here. So if you're running a promo or a video or something of that nature, you only got to update this. It automatically updates that. I mean, like, That to me is where the party's at. That is where the party is. So once again, people, this has been WiseStamp. It ain't too complicated. I ain't too proud to beg, but this, my friends, is awesome, relatively cheap, and will just make you look like a champion. So I'm going to give this sucker right here a 9 out of 10 Doc Pops. There's a little bit more design stuff I would like, but that's overthinking it. I just want something that works. I legit started playing with it and immediately signed up for Pro. And when you sign up for Pro right away, they give you a 30% off coupon. So I can't remember what the total was, but I didn't care. I just went in because I wanted better signatures. So I can make one for my Gmail for my personal. I can make one for my Gmail for this channel. I can make one for Creators Unstuck. I can make one for Ecamm. So that's why I went Pro, because I want to have multiples, because I'm a multifaceted type of cat. Now, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if it was you, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, if you like Tuesdays, holla at your boy. Write that down in the comment section below as well. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification nation so that you know when I drop another video. And right about now, the algorithm is going to show you another video I think you should watch. And I agree with him. Thanks, Katie.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet.